Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly. So today is going to be part 2 in the ATC beginners, introduction to ATC cards. Artist trading cards is what they're called. If you're not familiar and you just found me, I'm going to link here and down below video 1 so you can go check that out to get more information and then come back and see what we do in part 2. If you watched my first one, thank you very much. And so now we're going to start very basic, what to do next on your ATC card. So here's our ATC cards, and you can see they're basically, they're in the same color range. Now, my suggestion to you if you are starting out, and if you are starting out, maybe you joined a swap, maybe you want to do trades with others, you should put your cards down and kind of just make a bunch. And that's what the series becomes is, the same colors, the same kind of thing. And you can, 1, 2, 3 in your series. And I think it just makes it a lot easier for you guys who are starting out to be a little bit more organized. I don't know what organized is, but to be a little bit more organized and to then start and build up your confidence, because a lot of you are nervous and I totally understand that, but it's really not as hard as you think. So today what we're going to do in this next part is how to put your main focus on here. Now this is a great main focus, just like this. Look at that. It took no time to do. Look how shiny. It's so shiny. It's embossed. It's delicious. Now I will in the next video bring out my embossing machine and we will do a few of these. And I think I'm going to do a giveaway coming up of some embossed pieces that I do. So, a couple of you can start and have, some ATCs to make and play around with. So first what we're going to do is what to look for if you're going to your art store or in your paper pads that you might have at home. Just different things that you can use. So here, as you can see, we have some flowers, and that's a great size. Let's lift up this one. You can see that'll be a great piece for this. The colors match, and that's going to be fantastic. Or you can see here we have this beautiful little fairy lady. And I'm going to put that on so you can see if I put it from her feet up, it's not going to fit on the ATC, but sometimes I get rid of feet and I can put it here and then we will miss a little bit of it, but you'll get the bulk. And I'm going to cut her out today and we're going to do this on her. And again, you have more flowers, so you can put her, on the side, put on some flowers. It's going to be fun. We'll play around. But of course you can use any of these. This one needs to be, I need to edit this a little bit and cut it a little bit better because the background's dry now, but that's what's wrong with that. And again, now you can cut, if you don't want to cut her feet off necessarily, you can cut the umbrella. And then if you just put it at the top of the head, the only thing you're going to be missing is her little piggies. So, you decide, but you can see it goes on here. Now, what do you do if you want to put these flowers on here, but this is too dark? You take some white, and I'll show you what we'll do with that next. And of course, then we have this, which those would look beautiful on. And the same thing, you cut her feet off and put her on there. I think this is beautiful itself, but we're going to play with it. So that's, scrapbook paper. Go to your AC Moore, your local craft store, in your stash, and see what you have. See if you have some flowers. See if you have, little people. Go on to Graphic Stock or free, where you can get free clip art. See what they have. If you guys might want to do, maybe we can do in the group, the group All Things Creative on Facebook. I'll put the link down below. Maybe we can do a scrapbook paper exchange. Maybe we can exchange 5 pieces of paper with each other. It'll be very light to mail and it won't be that much. And then we can kind of, exchange and share maybe things that we're not using as far as the paper. So let me know down below what you think. And listen, if you want to join my All Things Creative group, I would love it. Do me a favor though. Write me on Facebook. My information is down below. Write me on there and say, hey, I want to join your group, because I have like 250 people sitting in limbo right now that I don't know. I I have no mutual friends with them. Some are men, some I don't know. And a lot of people like to come in thinking they can advertise. That's not what the group is for. So I much more, and if you've tried to join and maybe not been put in yet, write me on Facebook. Say, hey, I'm trying to join the group. I found you from YouTube. That's, I found you from YouTube. I found you from Instagram. I found you from Twitter. I found you from Pinterest. Let me know so I know that you're legit, because there's a lot of non-legit people out there, and I don't want to screw up the group, because I can't always be on the lookout for people who are just in there to advertise. If you advertise, I will let you know. Please don't do that. I will delete the post, and if you do it again, you're out. I don't even tell you, you're out. So yeah, so that's that. I'm not going to get on to that. However, if you're in the group or want to, please do that. And then we can do nice exchanges. We can figure out a little, if we want to do little people or flowers or whatever, and maybe we can exchange and have some fun. On to the next thing. Okay, so you see this piece of paper. This is really cool background, so I wouldn't want to necessarily destroy this over here, but here you go. And you have some flowers, you have some greenery. And if you go to put on, like maybe this flower, that'll fit on there if you cut it out. And you can also cut, you don't have to cut this flower out with this greenery to put it on here if it's too big. But you know what we can do? We can cut these leaves out, and maybe cut this flower or that flower and add it onto really any one of these. And again, we'll play with a little bit of white on here to tone it down. I'll show you. I do it all the time on my art journal pages and whatnot. So that's a lot of fun as well, and we'll do that. And next, how about some plain old printer paper, cardstock, whatever you have, mixed media paper, doesn't matter. And I had a sheet, and it was a large sheet, as you can see. And what I did was, I'm just trying to show you how big. Okay, what I did was, it was pretty big, you see, like a printer sheet. I folded it all in half, folded it in half again. And then I cut these pieces. That is what this looked like. And then I just fold it in half, and I'll show you why. One of the things I like to do, very simple, and you can draw it first if you want, is, where'd my pencil go? There it is. You can do a heart. Very, very simple. So, just like when we were in school, here's your fold. Go in. And you can do funky, you can do whatever you want, and we'll do that and cut it out, and then you can decorate it a little bit, and then you can use it on your ATC card. You can go bigger or smaller, depends on what you want. But you can see, if I lay it on this side, that's pretty good, as big as it'll be, and it'll definitely go onto the other side. So that is something else we'll do. So let's start. Okay, first, I'm going to show you what to do with this one, because it's a little dark, a little lopsided, because I never cut the other piece off. And you want to make sure if you're trading with somebody that you're pretty spot on accurate with the size. It always has to be 3.5 by 2.5, and you try your best to, I would use my cutter, but it's not, I don't have it sitting here. Okay, so there we go. We're just going to do like that. So what I would like to do is take a little bit of white paint. And what do I do with my white paint? Here it is. And you're just going to, I hit my camera. And just a little bit, I'm just going to add a ploop. That much. And then I'm going to take a paintbrush, and it's damp, right? It's not wet, but it's damp, because I want it to spread all over. And I'm just really kind of muting out that color. And you can still see it, but you can definitely see it's muted out. So you can also take a little bit of water. It'll make it a little more pasty. But I like to run it over. And then I like to take my paper towel and wipe. And what it's going to do, see how that did that? So you still have that red, but you muted it down some, so it's not going to fight with, move that a little bit more, it's not going to necessarily fight with whatever you put on top of it. So you see, that's how simple, and you still got that great texture, but it's just not boom in your face, right? So on this one, let's let's do the little lady. So I'm going to watch when I cut these because I'm hitting my camera left and right. I'm going to cut this out because I want to save as much as I can of the blank of this paper because I can use it as an ATC background, right? So I want to save these flowers. So I'm just going to kind of cut widely around it like that. And then I know that I'm not going to put the feet on, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm just going to very loosely go around the picture that I want. And you can save this for pieces, whatever you want. And I should use a smaller scissor. And I'm just going to do my best. I'm not a good fussy cutter. Just not my gig. But I will go around, you know, the best that I can. Not going to worry about it too much. Okay. And I'm going to leave the umbrella for now. It's not going to bother me. Now, I can even go on with markers or crayons or whatever. And if I want to change a little bit of the color or make the umbrella stick out more, the hat, whatever you want. Because this is yours and it's what you're doing. So now I can see that this is going to be a little bit of a pain in the butt for me to cut. Cut. Did she rhyme? Yes, she did. And so what I'm going to do, I'm not going to ruin the umbrella, but I'm going to kind of take it out of her hand and go around her. And I can always add the umbrella later. So don't give up and don't think, oh no, what do I do? We got the little umbrella there. Now I can cut that other part off and it's not going to be a problem. I can go right in here. And you see, I'm not being fancy. Usually I'm like, I'm so fancy. Not today. I'm not being fancy today. We're just wanting to make something pretty. And now I'm just going back and kind of editing. And you see, it's not taking long. It's just, you know, and like I said, if you want a fussy cut, go ahead. I think that's great. Some people have OCD and love to do that kind of stuff. Me, I always say I have OCD, but not for important things. Okay. All right. So you see, there we go. And I can always... You see, like this has a little flowers on her hat. I can always cut that off. Maybe I will. Maybe I don't want those sticking out there. Okay. Okay. Now I have my paper, my ATC card. Now listen, here's the thing. You can do this in your art journal as well, or even on a painting. You can get bigger pictures. You can, you know, use these and make it into a theme. You can do all kinds. She could just be a little fairy godmother sitting there. We can do whatever we want. Because it's ours. But look. So now what I'm going to do, I want her hat on there. And I can see just a little bit sticking on the bottom. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Because I'll cut it when I'm done, right? I'm going to take my Mod Podge. You can definitely use, you know, glue stick, white school glue. Whatever you have. Whatever you have sitting around that you like to use. It's like I drink this stuff. I go through so much of it. All right. And I'm going to turn her over. Decide where you're going to put her. And then put your glue. And like I said, glue sticks, the Elmer glue sticks, I use the Extreme. I love them. You definitely can use it here, especially if you are not feeling well and you have to, you know, you're on the couch or in your bed. You don't want to take a big thing of Mod Podge. Use your glue sticks. You know, very easy. The kids can sit in the bed and do it with you. You know, if you have younger kids and you're sick, it happens. That's what happened to me when I got sick. I had two little kids. I just had my daughter and that was hell, but that's a whole other video. Okay. So now I'm going to choose where I want her. So I'm going to keep her over here. I'm going to make sure that I measure my hat. Now, you can always cut extra off at the hat as well. You don't have to have it spot on, but I'm going to push this down. Now, if you print from your printer, which let me know down below if you want me to print stuff from my printer to use and show you the best way to glue it down, since it does become, it's an inkjet printer and sometimes they run. So let me know if you guys want me to show you how I do it. And we can use inkjets on an ATC card and I can show you. So now I'm just taking some of the Mod Podge, pushing it down there. This is a little thicker of a cardstock, so of course you're going to have to work with it. Hold it down here and there. and do your thing. And you can also, you know what you can do is use your glue stick, whatever glue stick you have, any will work, glue her down and then go over her with Mod Podge. Do you know what I'm saying? So then she's stuck down, but you're sealing her, right? All right. And you want to use something, no, school glue does the same thing. It dries clear. And that's what you're looking for here. Glossy, if that's all you have, use it. Glossy would be pretty because it would make her glossy. Which we're gonna do in another video with the delicious dimensional Mod Podge, because it makes things glossy and delicious, but not today. Not today, Satan, not today. Okay, so you kind of dig what I'm saying there. Now let's cut our little umbrella. We don't have to waste it. Or you could be weird like me, which why wouldn't you want to be weird like me and save this in a little baggie with other little pieces that you cut, because you never know, you could use this on another one, right? Now, you can see I didn't cut it. I cut it a little outside the umbrella holder. I don't know if you can see that or not. And that's okay. I'm going to go over it with probably a little glitter or something once it's glued down. So that's okay. And I'm going to just put some glue here just to kind of get it down where I want it. Okay. Put that down. There's one gnat down here in my room that is really getting on my freaking nerves. Sorry. It's like I swear it either goes in my mouth or up my nose, these gnats. They're like crazy today. I mean, it's only one, but he's like insane, and I don't want to kill him, but, you know, he's getting on my nerves. He's going to... Okay, so let me show you. Look how pretty. Pretty so far. You see? And that background, it's okay. It's a little dark yet, but that's okay. That's okay. Let me move in just a little bit more. Okay. So now we have that. Now maybe we want to do a little bit of, you know, stuff around her, some glitter, whatever you want. That's up to you. I don't have my clear glitter sitting here, but I do have my silver, but it might be a little bit too much. So we're going to set her aside to dry, and then I will do something to finish her up next. Now, oh, you know what else we could do here? Let's do this real quick. I'm going to cut out a flower. And I'm not going to leave any green on it. I'm just going around the best I can. You can go in and out of the curves or move your scissors or even use decorative scissors to cut these out so it makes it look like it has edges. That's up to you. Depends on what your mood is that day. Okay. A little flower. You could tuck that under her dress to add a little bit more on there. You could cut it even smaller, even though, yeah, because you could see these petals. And just kind of keep, just till you get what you're looking for. You know, stick it under there so it's kind of sticking out, and you got a cute little flower there that you can, you know, just decorate with and all. So that's there. And then, do we want to work on this one? No, let's work on this one. And then let's go to our other piece. I could sit here all day. Let me tell you something. I should do a live show doing ATC cards that you guys can do with me, because I could sit here all day and I could say, okay, let's do this on this and let's do that. Oh, let's do that, because, you know, everything changes. So I'm going to cut this little piece right there. It doesn't. All right. So now we have this piece. And what I'm going to do is the same as I did. I'm going to cut the half that really doesn't pertain to anything. But I don't want to throw it away because I can use it as a background on an ATC card. And move my white. But I can sit here for hours and do this. Hours and hours. So I think I want to... And I want to cut the least bit of damage. So I'm going to be careful going around this flower because we got this delicious blue. I mean, we have all these wonderful flowers that we can cut out and use for 1,006 different things, which I probably will. So I am going to be somewhat careful that I don't really screw the pooch, as they say. All right. All right, I don't have patience right now, but listen, save these. Oh, if you ever have a day that you're not feeling good and you just are sitting watching TV, cut these out. Cut these out. They're good. They're just good little extra pieces to add. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm cutting out this orange flower first. Obviously, I would, if I was doing this, you know, sitting, taking a minute, I would be much more careful. You know, I'd try not to cut this off too much. I would cut this flower out and this little curvy and save it because that could go under another picture, right? All right, now I want to cut these leaves out. And I'm just going to follow the black. I'm going to go a little faster so you guys aren't bored while I try to be so fancy and try to be, oh, look, I'm not fancy. I just like having fun and teaching. Somebody asked me on one of my videos the other day. I thought it was sweet until I thought to myself, are they being like disrespectful to me? Like, where did I learn to art at? It's like, are they being like silly? Because sometimes, once in a while, I get people asking me terrible questions about, you know, what I do, meaning I shouldn't be doing it. And then I read it and I was like, oh, that's so nice. Why is she asking? You know, she's asking me that. And then I thought about it. I'm like, oh, is she asking me because I just don't know what the heck I'm doing? Which could be. Sometimes you got to fake it till you make it. Okay, so you can see I have that. Now, here's the thing. I don't want this purple flower in here. I mean, maybe I could. Maybe I could just reassemble it on here. But I don't think it's going to work how I want it to. Because I kind of want it like this. Right? So if you have the time and the energy, cut this little purple boy out. If you don't worry about it. We're just going to work over it. So I'm going in with my glue. And I'm going to put it all over. Use your glue stick again. You know, make it easy on yourself. Glue it down with your glue stick and then seal it with your Mod Podge. Or whatever you're using. Okay. And then decide where you want it. And if it sticks off a little bit, it's okay. It's going to, we could cut it to make it fit. Almost looks like it's an illegal drug in Jersey. All right, so I'm just pushing it down the best I can. And now I'm going to take my orange one. Now, before you do this one, let me cut this out. Before you do this, find out where you're going to put it. Because you're going to put glue on it, and then it's going to dry, and you know how that goes. So I can do like that. I can cut that off. I can save it. I can do whatever I want. So I'm going to put it there. So I just have an idea. I'm going in with my glue again. Use what you got. Okay. Okay, and then I'm going to lay it down. Now this is a little bit thicker of a cardstock, so it does take a minute. So let me, let's sit and wait for a minute. Okay. And then you go over it with more to glue it down, to get those little edges, like right here. A little bit more glue, push it down. Okay. Okay. Now, we're going to let that dry just a minute. Because we can definitely, we're going to play just a little bit just to kind of oomph it up a little bit. Same with this one. Because now, look, it's a little too dark. So we're going to still, it should be a little bit lighter. And we're going to play with that. And I'm going to show you, you know, how to play. But this is more for you to find, you know, to think outside the box. To, if you're not really comfortable or good in drawing yet, or, you know, maybe you feel like you are nervous doing these, this is a great way to start. It's just, like I said, and these can be used on any of the backgrounds, right? So you could do these on any of the backgrounds. It's just, you know, I'm just showing you a few things. So these are, I'm going to push aside to dry, and then we're on this one. Now this one we're going to do ourselves. And you already saw me draw the heart on here. So let's cut the heart out. Okay. This is very simple. You can do this with the kids, right? Now look, here's your heart. Okay, so here is where you can have fun. Now you want to paint it? Paint it. What colors do we want to paint it? I mean, let's just go for, let me find a, oh, what the heck was that I stepped on? Don't even ask. All right. Let's do a Regal Red Metallic. Why not? It'll match the kind of, look at that little shimmer. Can you see the shimmer? No, you can't see the shimmer now. There you go. It's the shimmer. Okay. There we go. There we go. So let's glue this bad boy down. I'm going to use my glue stick this time. Instead of talking the talk, I'm going to walk the walk. All right. You know what I'm saying. So I'm gluing it down. Don't even ask. Why do you ask? Now, yes, guess what? Would I normally do this on this one? I probably would leave this one alone because I really enjoy the embossing. But that's going to be another video about the embossing. So let's just pretend like this is just a flat friend. Flat friend. Now we could turn it upside down. So that, there you go. And then you still get this delicious texture, right? Okay. And if it hangs over, it's all right. You can trim it. Now look at that. That's the extreme glue from Xiaoma's. But you can use your Mod Podge or anything. I'm just showing that because I know a lot of us handicapped rock stars that we are out there. It does get tiring and exhausting sometimes. And I get asked to do vlogs on so much. It's one of the requests I get a lot of are vlogs. Can you talk about this? Can you talk about that? Can you this kind of thing? So I will do updated vlogs. I have done a lot of vlogs about my son. I've done vlogs about my illnesses and what I do. I know that a lot of you are new, and going back maybe 3 years to vlogs or 2 years to vlogs that I've done, I'm different now. I've learned a lot. So I would love to do updated vlogs for you guys, or updated, of what's going on in my life. So I will be doing that. Not today, but I do have a lot of vlogs that y'all ask about. So I just don't want to bore you. So let me know down below if that's something you'd even be interested in seeing from me. Is me talking vlogs of the things that you guys ask me. And if you guys want to ask me anything, you guys can, that you want me to talk about in a vlog. All right, so now I'm just going in. Ooh, that's delicious. Now I'm going to be careful because I don't want to go over my background. So, I mean, you definitely can paint this before you glue it down. One would say, Kelly, you probably should have painted this before you put it down. But guess what? I live on the edge. Danger is my middle name. Not really. How about lazy? Okay. Yeah, I love when you guys write me about personal stuff. I love it because it means that, I'm making connections. I love when you guys leave comments and tell me about your life, or maybe something similar that you went through, that I went through, and I love it. It just is wonderful. And like I said, a lot of people ask me questions and want to hear more about this or that, and I know I should be doing them. It's just I have to sit down and write my thoughts down, because I'm not really good lately on just sitting and talking, because I don't know, my brain just isn't functioning correctly lately, so I don't want to bore the crap out of you guys. All right, so you see this. Now, I might want to let me grab my, and you see how simple that was, right? Let me grab my glitter. Oh, that's pretty. Okay. Now, you can do whatever glitter you want. It's, I like iridescent. I don't know, why the heck did I pick that color? I like iridescent. This is like a pink iridescent, very sparkly. So let's try just a pinch from way up high because I don't want it to be too much. I just want it to be kissed. I hate when they don't have sprinkles. I really do. Like, you know, things to do that. All right. Now, just give it a shake. A blow. Shake and a blow. That's what she said. All right. You see how pretty? It's hard to see that copper. Now, let this dry. Now you can go on and doodle. You can do all kinds of stuff. So I'm going to let that dry. And this is the glue stick. Elmer's Extreme. I hate the Elmer's Corporation. That's many videos below before too. They're not very customer friendly is the word I guess I want to say. Customer service friendly. However, unfortunately, it's the same thing with Ranger. I love these glue sticks, the Elmer's Extreme. If you know of another Extreme brand from another company, let me know. I love these. I also love the school glue because it goes on sale very cheap. And it works well. So I'm kind of a hypocrite. I admit it. I'm a hypocrite. Same with Ranger. I will use some of their products. Not many. And I don't get caught up in all the hype of Ranger. But they're not a very good... I've had many, many issues with them. And they're not very customer service. Not to me. Not for the times I've written them. And I've spent a lot of money with Ranger. But other people have had good luck. I have not. Elmer's, that's a whole other story. I can go on. There's a couple other companies that don't answer emails back, like Faber-Castell, which I love Faber-Castell. Them people don't write back. I've written 4 times now. I know I got to do a video on it. I just hate to do it, but you know, it is what it is. Okay, so anyway, so you see you have your heart. Now, if you turn it over and you see that it's sticking out a little bit, you just cut it. It doesn't matter. Because you want it to look, you can leave it hanging off, but if you're trading, you want it to be, because people will put this in their folders and stuff, and you want it to be able to fit the size, which is like a playing card. You can definitely use playing cards in lieu of anything that I used here as the background, right? So I'm going to have that. So let's get this thing down. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to use, you can use a marker, you can use a water-soluble crayon, like Neocolor, like... Let's see. Maybe I'll use my Reeves. This is Reeves. These are the wax water soluble. And I like to go in and I like to, right, like trace around. I was like, couldn't get the word out. The outside to kind of outline it. You can, like I said, you can use a marker. You can do whatever you want. Use a Sharpie, but only do a little bit at a time so you can smear it out. Okay. Take. What do I do with my pen? Oh, here it is. God. I don't know. All right. Wet your paintbrush, and then it's water soluble. You can use your Stabilo, but I'm not going to use my Stabilo. I pulled this out because a lot of you don't have the Stabilo and get frustrated when I use the Stabilo. Not that I won't use it again, because I will. I love it, and that's what I like to use. But because I'm doing this ATC series, you know, I want it to be, so like I said, this can be anything. Okay, so you see how I'm kind of outlining it a little bit so it sticks out? Now I'm going to kind of go in and clean it up a little bit. I'm going to wet my brush a little bit more, take off that black, and just kind of go and take some of that extra moisture off. Just so it's outlined. You can do a marker. I do things that are easier for me, and this is just easier for me. Might seem redundant to you, then do it a different way. This is just a little bit of techniques to show you, to give you ideas. You do it the way you want to do it. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. Now, I'm going to go in with some more white. Get this a little bit. Now, over here is obviously where it's a little blacker because, you know, I had that little bit down there. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of white on my brush. You can use Gesso, whatever you have. I'm just going to use a little bit out of there. And I'm going to go in now and go around everything. A little bit at a time because I don't want it to dry. I'm going to pull it out. Wet my brush, dab it so it doesn't drip. That dripped anyway. And just go to accentuate. Oh, what a big word I used today. So proud of myself. Did I use it right? Tell me. Terrible. Just so you can see how it makes everything pop a little bit more and makes that color just a little bit more. My dog is going to lay on bubble wrap right now. He found new bubble wrap. Oh my God, it's my other dog. It's my other dog on the other side of the bubble wrap. My other dog's on the one bubble. Don't even ask what my life has become with bubble wrap and my dogs. I should take a video, but too lazy right now because I'm doing moss. All right, see how that makes it kind of pop more? And then you just take you could take a Q-tip. That you can go to the dollar store and get Q-tips very easily and cheaply and use them. And then I'm just going to wipe with my rag. But you see, or my paper towel, you can see how it makes this pop some more. I hope you can. I don't know what the lighting's like in here because the sun keeps going in and out. But, and you still have the good color out here, but it's kind of given a little bit more, I guess structure is the word I want to say. I don't know what I want to say. I'll just keep going. I use my fingers a lot because I think they're my best tool, honestly, because sometimes it's just hard. Sometimes it's just hard. It's hard to maneuver everything like I want it to when your hands just ain't gonna work. Okay, yeah. And then a little bit in here. Just to kind of lighten it up. Just take your, see? A little bit here. This little detail, this is about as detailed as I get on things. Yeah, and then a little bit right here. Yeah. And that's all I'm going to do. Now you can go back and do it more if you want. You can add, you know, more of the purple if you have it sitting here. I think I put it away. Now, what you can decide is, maybe you want to write like fancy. You know, I love fancy. Fancy, fancy, fancy. Let's see. Oh, I'd like to write in gold. Would gold work? Let's see. Might not work. I'll probably have to do black. Oh, it's not going to work. Can't see. I mean, it works, but you can't see it. And then what's the point, Cal? Let's get a marker. Okay, let's see. Yeah. So I'm just going to write it right now. And then I can go back and make it darker. Okay, see how I have it written? And now I can find a marker that will work a little bit better than this, or I can just go in and make it thicker. Or you can use stamps. If you have alphabet stamps, use those. That would be nice. So I'm going to kind of color this in, and then I'm going to highlight it. And again, this is just suggestions. I mean, you can use the word fancy. You could do this exactly how I did it. I don't care. But I'm just saying, you know, you don't have to. It's just to, like, make you think. Ooh, what word do I like? I like chocolate. Do you see what I'm saying? Fancy. That sure isn't written fancy, but you get what I'm saying. Now I will wait for it to dry for a second and come back and highlight. And I'm going to highlight a little bit through, and then that will be done. Then I will tell you how you can finish it if you want, or just leave it like that. Okay, so now let's do this one. So I like this one. I like how pale the back is in this, but I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to use, how about grabbing, I'm going to grab a green and an orange. Let's see. These are just Faber-Castells, Pitt Artist Pen. And this is Orange Glaze, 113. These, I love these things. I have all kinds of colors. I've had them for years. So, no mold. That's gone. All right. These are permanent, however. So you want to work fast. But what I'm going to do is outline them. And if you want, you can smudge it. So it gives, see, with, or Q-tip. Some of you guys don't like, you guys kind of say to me, you know, do you have any other suggestions than your hands? But, yeah, Q-tip, whatever you have. Maybe you have one of those pencil snubbers, you know, the stubby paper things. Use that. Use a paper towel. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to, like, fade it out a little bit. Not for any reason, just because I like it being smudged out. It almost makes it grungy. And you can make this grungy. Maybe I'll make this grungy when I'm done. Show you what you guys can do. Because I love grunge. And I think grunge is underrated. And I think that grunge is a way, when you make a page that you don't like, grunge it out. I'm going to be here for 6 hours, you poor people. Maybe I'll, well. And now I'm just using green. Same way. Blending it out before it dries. And this is color Chromium Green Opaque. I'm just doing the same thing. Like I said, you don't have to smear it, but I like to smear it. It just makes it look a little, I don't know, on the ATC, right? Okay, so here we have this. And of course you could put, I would probably put glitter. If you have glitter glue or glitter, I would put glitter around it. Even green glitter if you have it. Like in between, you know, and some orange glitter here. Oh, delicious. Some black glitter in there. It would just be delicious. Imagine what you can do. But let's say you look at this and you're like, I don't like it. I just don't like it. Well, if I can find my, here we go. I'm going to grab some black paint. I'm going to show you. I'm going to put a ploop. That's all the ploop is. It's barely a ploop. I'm going to take my paintbrush. I'm going to wet it. I'm going to just tap it off in my water, and then I'm watering this down. Both sides, right? Here we go. Here we go. And you could go straight black, just a little bit of water. I'm watering it down a little bit just to start because I don't want to. And make sure you get in them grooves. You hear I'm rubbing, right? And I just keep picking up. And if you want a little bit more, of course, a little more. Black. Come on now, open for me. And this is not even, this is ivory black. I usually use Mars black, but apparently it's not sitting here. So you see how thick you can have it. I like it a little thinner than that, but, you know, it's yours. You do what you want. But I want it dark. But this isn't as dark as ivory, so. I mean, it's Mars. All right. Okay. So you see? That's that right this second. Now, I'm just going to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Find my water. Spray it 5 times. I don't know how many times. Just 5 is where I'm starting. And now I'm going to lightly wipe off. Not too much. You can dab. Because I want that to stay. Move it out of the way. And look how different it looks. Well, you can't see it. I gotta wipe this off. Wait. And look at the difference, how much better. Well, better or whatever. But like I said, you can definitely do it darker. do another coat, do it straight black, and then spray the water and wipe it off. This is what I like. Look how awesome, and it has to dry. Look how awesome it gets into those little crevices. And that's just all the little papers that we did the first time. You could just crinkle paper and put it on there. So I love this. I love it. And if you want to write a little word, you got a little spaces to write it. You want to write across here, write it. I like to, my word of the year is breathe. That's my word I decided at the beginning of the year. So I would very well might even, especially now I'm into the embossing. I'm loving embossing lately since y'all asked about it and I've been doing it. Breathe, I can emboss that, or I could just leave it like this. If you don't like this, you can definitely, like I said, glitter or even add your own paint if you want, just to like brighten up the color, make it a little bit more 3D. So there's that. Let me work on fancy real quick while it's sitting there. You can take white paint or your jelly roll if it works. Sometimes they just don't want to be. Does anybody know that song? I don't want to be me. I don't know if you guys would know that song or not. If you do, put it down below. Alright, and I'm just, just kind of playing around with the white to make it stick out a little bit more. And just kind of smearing it whatever way you want. I would probably add glitter. That's what I would probably do. But now you can go and you can add the white highlights around it. Alright, this is being a pain in the butt. Oh well, maybe we'll use some white paint. Never give up. You just change. You just change your way a little bit. And I'm just going to kind of, just a little bit to have it stand out. That's it. Just a little bit. And if you stamp it, you could do the same thing. So, so now we have these two. Like I said, these are just suggestions. Go your own way, Fleetwood Mac. You know what I'm saying? All right, so now we got this bad boy. And it's peeling up here a little bit. I must not have hit it good enough with my glue. What did I do with the glue? What did I do with the glue? I know I had the glue stick somewhere. I just used it. Oh, sorry for my arm. Glue stick. Here we go. Okay, so what do we want to do here? Now, I kind of dig it like this. I kind of would probably do the same thing. This is color, can't read it. Really can't read it. What the heck, hell? Pink Carmine. Now, if you don't blow it out, rub it out, whatever. Kelly, okay. You can just outline it like this. No harm. And kind of do that, right? You can go in, you could do whatever. I would leave this alone. I probably would make this really thick glitter in here. Okay, if I had the iridescent here, if I would have picked that up rather than the pink. Because I want that red color underneath to show. Because look at that metallic. Oh, yeah. So I would really probably put the iridescent so it pulled up that color on the bottom. And I probably would just write very simply love. Because this is just a very simple. And why not do the heart for the O? Do your own thing. My hands are hurting, so excuse the writing. But yeah, just very simple. That's how simple. And now you can, maybe you have like some heart stickers you want to put, or little heart stamps, or you want to make these thicker, or maybe you have stamps to use the word love, or what have you. And just make it very, very, very simple. You don't have to make them, mind-blowingly when you're just starting out. So, I can still go in here. See, I don't like that, I mean, there's nothing wrong. Sometimes I like it, but I like to kind of make everything bleed. That's awful, but it's true. you know, just to kind of go out a little bit. But there you go. That is a long video I did. I am so sorry. However, they're just 3 different ways that you can really like look at these. I want you to be inspired by them, by stuff you have. It doesn't bother me that this is this dark. I would have, if I would have known, made the background a little bit lighter. It looked lighter, but obviously it didn't turn out lighter. But at the end of the day, it's okay. I'm not hating on it. This, look how it changed. We did it grungy with a little bit of watered down black paint. Now you can use whatever color you want on the background, but I like the grunge. And then this is just simple and sweet. And like I said, if you have little stamps of hearts or stars or whatever, you know, you could put it on the heart. You could put it around. I mean, really use it to, you know, inspire you. So yeah, I'm just, you know, that's just what this video is today. Just a little bit of inspiration to think, huh, I can maybe do these. So if you're new to my channel, I hope you subscribe. Please click below and subscribe. Please share me around like I'm your loose friend. As always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. And I will be back. This is part 2. You can click above or down below for part 1 if you want to know, you know, go through the beginning and learn more about the ATC cards. And I will be back with part 3, where we would do a little bit more advanced, and I will be using the die cut machine to show you how to make your own embossed ATC cards, which I'm sure if you think about it, it's not that hard. When I show you, you're probably like, what does this girl think she's doing, right? And yeah, so I love you guys. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I love you guys so much. Please share what you do. Share on Facebook. Share on everything and tag me so I can see it. And I just love you guys. I love you guys. And let me know down below if you guys want to do a swap of some papers or something. Love you guys. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.